Again, welcome to this learning system. Here we are going to discuss on factors, origin and formation of Indian National Congress. Dear friends, we all know that Indian National Congress was such a platform through which Indians united and fought for Indian independence. Now let us have a discussion on Indian National Congress. In the later 1870s and early 1880s, a solid ground had been prepared for the establishment of an all India organization. The final say to this idea was given by a retired English civil servant, A.O. Hume, who mobilized leading intellectuals of the time and with their cooperation organized the first session of the Indian National Congress in Bombay in December 1885. Now there are different views, opinions regarding the formation of Indian National Congress. The first views is that the safety valve theory. There is a theory that Alan Octavian Hume formed the Congress with the idea that it would prove to be a safety valve for releasing the growing discontent of the Indians. To this end, he convinced Lord Dufferin not to construct the formation of the Congress. The extremist leaders like Lala Lajpat Rai believed in the safety valve theory. Even the Marxist historians' conspiracy theory was an offspring of the safety valve notion. The modern Indian historians dispute the idea of safety valve. In their opinion, the Indian National Congress represented the urge of the political conscious Indians to set up a national body to express the political and economic demands of the Indians. Historian Bipin Chandra observes, early Congress leaders used Alan Octavian Hume as a catalyst to bring together. Now, see what are the major objectives of Indian National Congress. A pan-Indian organization is considered Indian National Congress to found a democratic nationalist movement through a pan-Indian organization. So Indian National Congress was considered a pan-Indian organization. It is a politicized and politically educated organization. Congress aimed to increase awareness about the colonial exploitative policies, the political rights of Indians. To this end, Congress focused on demanding increasing representation in councils, Indianization of civil services, developed and propagate an anti-colonial nationalist ideology, promote friendly relations among nationalist political workers from different parts of the country, formulate and present popular demands before the government with a view to unify the people over a common economic and political program, develop a consolidate a feeling of national unity among people irrespective of religion, caste or province. The real reason for the establishment of the Indian National Congress is like a mythical theory. This suggested that it was the humanistic approach of Alan Octavian Hume that was cited as one of the factors that led to the establishment of the Indian National Congress. In fact, it was said that Hume was deeply moved by the political plight of the Indians, and he wanted to establish a political platform for Indians that could serve as the voice for Indians, so that the grievances could reach the British and the discontent which was gradually growing between the British ruling system and the Indians could be minimized. The realistic theory speaks that the extremist elements in India like Lala Lajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal, etc. laid down the theory known as safety valve theory. Lala Lajpat Rai wrote two books, Punjabi India and Punjab. In these two books, he explained and criticized the policy of the British regarding the establishment of the Indian National Congress. According to him, it was a conspiracy of Lord Dufferin and Alan Octavian Hume that led to the establishment of the Indian National Congress. In the second half of the 19th century, with the growing tide of nationalism, the aggression of Indians kept on increasing against the British policies. Thus, the British think tanks derived a concept by which it was said that in between the British government in India and the Indian public, there would be a buffer organization known as the Indian National Congress. Between the years 1870 and 1880, Indian people had become politically conscious, and by the year 1885, there was a platform ready for establishment of a political organization on national basis. The credit for giving a definite structure to the All India organization goes to a retired British officer, Alan Octavian Hume. He was a liberal-minded person. Hume had been feeling a need for a political organization which would bridge the gap between the rulers and the people being ruled. Hume wanted the people to adopt the path of valid politics instead of violence and aggression. With the efforts of Mr. Hume, Indian National Congress was formed. Hume obtained the permission from Lord Dufferin to convene a meeting of Indian National Union between 25th December and 31st December in Pune. The objective of the meeting was to acquaint the workforce with one another, which was working for the national development, and define a political agenda for the development. Although the place of convention was decided to be Pune, the venue was changed to Mumbai in the last minute. The convention was held at Mumbai on 28 December 1885 in Gokuladas Tejpal Sanskrit College. At the suggestion of Sri Hume, the meeting was named Indian National Congress, and thus Indian National Congress was born. There were 72 representatives in this convention of the Indian National Congress. Umesh Chandra Banerjee was the president of the first convention of Indian National Congress. The objectives of establishment of Indian National Congress, as historians believe that, with the direction from British government, Hume and his colleagues had founded Indian National Congress as a protective shield for British government. Hume did not want the people of India to adopt violent and aggressive measures to register their discontent and anger against the British rule. Hume wanted to encourage people to take legitimate path of protest, like appeals, memorandum, delegations to influence the British government in order to fulfill the demands. The leaders of Congress accepted the leadership of Alan Octavian Hume in the foundation of Indian National Congress because they were not in the position of having an open conflict with the British government in the existing circumstances. This was more sensible to cooperate with Hume in order to have a common platform wherein they could discuss the problems of the country. The national movements of those times, nationalistic feelings, restlessness among all the classes of people, disillusionment of Indians from British government in the existing circumstances. This was more sensible to cooperate with him in order to have a common platform wherein they could discuss the problems of the country, the national movements of those times, nationalistic feelings, restlessness among all the classes of people, disillusionment of Indians from British Liberal Party, and the need felt by different political organizations to have a centralized political forum, were the main reasons for the establishment of Indian National Congress. Therefore, some scholars have the opinion that Indian National Congress was the expression of national consciousness. The first president of Congress, Umesh Chandra Banerjee, stated the objectives of the Congress in its first convention in 1885. 1. To promote friendship and mutual intimacy among people who work enthusiastically for the country. Second, to eradicate the differences of caste, religion, and regions and remove the prejudices through friendship and direct contact to develop unity and nationalistic feelings which were developed during the administrative regime of Lord Ripon. Third, to document the contemporary records and the burning problems of India with the help of educated and matured individuals through a careful and detailed discussions. Fourth, to chart a program of political activities and public good for next 12 months. Very soon this organization took the shape of national level organization and became an expression of feelings of Indians. This is a brief analysis of the different factors, origin, development of Indian National Congress. Thank you.